Man, what a damn shame. And I don't say that lightly to an anime that I'm currently watching right now, but this is a show that honestly, when I talked about this earlier a couple weeks ago, I thought that we were in the cuffs of like another potential trashy anime contender of the year, maybe another worst anime contender of the year. And that is My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. Yeah. As of me recording this video, I'm dropping this show. I'm 4 episodes deep, and yeah, it's not good. And I'm going to explain why. Because as I mentioned already when I did my first video talking about this show a couple weeks ago, I said at the very beginning that we were at the cuffs of a potential gaslight type of anime that was to come out of this year to wrap up the 2025 year in general. But that is not the case with this show. This show, unfortunately, since the second episode, I feel like has been diving to like a much more safer direction and a little less devoid of like what made the show, at least in my view, at one point when I first was taking interest in the show for how crazy and stupid the show was. Like it really has derailed itself from like the synopsis and the plot, and I'm just wondering what was the whole point of the show. Because again, from how the show starts, how the show is currently ending up until this point, like it's clearly giving off Himoto Umaru-chan vibes from the bumping theme song to how annoying the sister is and everything else in between with all the characters, how they react, etc., etc. But the thing about My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me, this anime, this show is just like it's like it just took the title with the concept and they only just condensed it down to just 1 episode. And then past that point, it's like we see that little back and forth between the brother and the sister banter within those shows, but it's kind of like tossed away with like this weird subplot of the main character and all of his other friends, and then the girl that she's like again contracted to being with as stated from the first episode. And it becomes super confusing, super all over the place. And look, I get that this is too early for me to like discuss and review this show, as it's only 4 episodes as of me talking about this. But again, you gotta be like really keeping myself paying attention, keeping me interested in the show this caliber without it fumbling this hard. And that's the whole point. I feel like this show in general also is one of the main shows that I've also stated many times where when a show starts off really strong, really powerful, whether it's positive or negative, they need to keep the momentum of said show going. In the case of My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me, I feel like it lost its momentum from the second episode. And today's episode kind of sealed the deal for me because we are now moving on to this completely different plot point that makes absolutely no sense. It didn't connect to like what happened the last or third episode that happened last week. Because again, I was giving it like a fair shot, a fair chance, and it just is diving to like a different plot point, different brand spanking new characters that I don't recall from the previous episode. Again, mind you, I'm trying my absolute best to remember what happened in this show, but it is so hard when a lot of the characters and the story itself is just not making me like think about what happened last week. And again, I could name like what happened in previous episodes from previous etc. Right? But this show is one of those cases where I cannot think about it at all because it's just so one note, super forgettable, and I just think that this is going to be a huge waste of time. Like if I watch the last 8 episodes from this point forward, I'm just going to be left dazed, confused, and wondering what was the whole point of watching this show. So yeah, unfortunately, this show it's definitely not like the worst anime of the year, but to me, this was just a bit of a disappointing one because I was hoping to maybe talk about it and maybe see if this was worth it talking about, if it was good, bad, etc. But this just isn't it. This is just like a really boring, really bland, really forgettable show that no one's gonna give two shits about. And the fact that this is somehow the number 6 spot for the most highly anticipated anime of the fall 2025 season will still boggle my mind to this day. But yeah, I'm officially dropping this as of me recording this video 4 episodes in, and if I were to rate all 4 episodes of this show right now, I would honestly give it like a light 4 to a decent 4 It's just not good. Again, maybe there's like few flashes in the pan of where it's like it's good, it's enjoyable, I suppose, but like it really gets confusing past the second episode, and it just doesn't pick itself up from there. And yeah, that's all I gotta talk about. Just want to talk about the show because man, really disappointing show. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Later.